Hey, howdy, hey, welcome back to Andy's Room. Today I'm going to talk about everything Toy Story. You know, it is the 30th anniversary of Toy Story and it is showing currently in theaters nationwide. I had tickets for Saturday morning. It was so fun watching the gang back on the big screen. But I did notice the later versions of Toy Story, such as Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3, their colors and saturation was a lot more rich in color. And I noticed that Toy Story was not faded, but it was not as vibrant as what I'm used to. And so I was like, is the projector working or do I need to put my glasses on? But it was great nonetheless. I loved it. And of course, Sid, he was there being his typical destructive self. But I wanted to go over a few things. So, first off, Toy Story, I have it on VHS. And I love it. This is not my favorite Toy Story film, but I do love all of the movies. I love the whole nostalgia of having this on VHS. And then my absolute favorite is Toy Story 2, of course, because it has Prospector Pete, Jesse, and Bullseye. I love it. And I love Al's Toy Barn. So this one is my favorite. I also have this companion book. It is from Disney's Wonderful World of Reading, and it's just one of those skinny kiddie books, you know, like preschool, maybe second grade, and it's just really a picture book with a little bit of explanation in it, and it is literally in the order of the film. So having just recently saw this in the theater and looking at this book, it's really great. I love this whole nostalgia, this return to nostalgia, I should say. And it's not only Toy Story. I've noticed that, you know, the parks are trying to go back to some nostalgia. I noticed that with the 70th celebration, even though it is considered a platinum anniversary, they went ahead and did sort of like 80s and 90s theming with their colors. A lot of neons, a lot of brights, a lot of the 90s look. And it's genius marketing because that is really the family structure right now, are the kids who grew up in the 90s and the late 80s, the 90s. They're the ones having the babies and the children, and they're now taking their children to the park. And so it's steeped in that sort of 90s nostalgia, which, you know, is great. It's great for those families. So I wanted to talk about Cinemark. Okay, I've had two really bad negative experiences with Cinemark. Cinemark is not the only game in town for me. I have other movie theaters, but I don't know, they really did a poor job at their merchandise, their movie merchandise, the movie, the popcorn buckets and drink tumblers and things. So I barely was able to get Revenge of the Sith merchandise. Luckily, I was there every day. I should have known better and did this for Toy Story. So I had gone down there way too early, of course, trying to check on movie merch. And they said, no, it's not in yet. But if you put the app on your phone, you'll see when it populates and you can come down here or you can order online and yada, yada. So I was like, okay. So I went down twice after that and they said they hadn't gotten any merch in. And then just last Tuesday, I went down to Cinemark and walked through the concession area, asked the people behind the counter, where is your Toy Story merch? Oh, we don't have it in yet. It's going to come in closer to, you know, the movie release is on Friday. It'll probably be here Thursday or Friday. And I said, okay. So I called on Friday and they said, oh, we only have 6 popcorn buckets left. And I said, you mean to tell me you sold out of drink tumblers and popcorn buckets in like 2 days? They're like, oh no, we've been selling it all week. I said, all week? I was just there on Tuesday and I called on Wednesday and you said that there was none available. And they even had somebody go in the back room. Nope, we have been selling it all week long. If you come down here, we only have 6 left. I leave to head across town. It's literally 10 to 12 minutes away. I get there and I say, hi, where are your Toy Story 30-year anniversary movie merch? We don't have any more. We're sold out. I said, what do you mean you're sold out? I just got off the phone. Oh, well, they already sold out. I said, so you're telling me that the movie launches today and you have no more merchandise available? That's correct. Are you going to get any more in? No. Did you get any drink tumblers? No, we only got 1 box of popcorn buckets. I said, I need to speak to your manager. So I have the manager come over, and this manager is the one who told me about loading the app. And I said, okay, you know, you told me to load the app, that I would be checking it regularly. We did it every day, sometimes twice a day. It never populated. Where do we buy it online, since I was told like 15-20 minutes ago you guys had 6 popcorn buckets? I come down here and you have nothing. I was told Tuesday you had nothing, but yet you told me you were selling it all week. What's the solution here? She goes, I'm sorry, but you know, you can buy it here on Walmart. It's $75. I said, $75? Why would I buy it on Walmart for $75 when it's for sale here in your theater for $25? Well, we're all sold out. I said, but you consistently said you didn't have it yet. I was checking. So who was it that was selling it? Was the employees? Were the employees purchasing the popcorn buckets? No, ma'am, they're not allowed to do that. I said, I don't think so. So I'm really disappointed with Cinemark. They're not handling their merchandise very well. I'm not sure about Regal, but just take this as a lesson that if you're really into movie merchandise like popcorn buckets and drink tumblers, you know, I would say that you have to have the mind of a rabid dog and go down there every day and then ask to speak with the manager and demand that they go in the back, because they clearly misrepresented their stock and then told me falsehoods 3 times, and then wanted to solve the problem by having me pay triple the price. So I was very disappointed and disgusted, but I will not be going back to Cinemark to watch any movie. If there are movie merch products available, I may be like that rabid dog and try to go and check on a daily basis if I'm able. But I'm just really disappointed in the way they handled this whole customer service thing. So shame on you, Cinemark. Okay, my rant is over. Back to Toy Story. So I did go see it in the theater. We had a great time. It wasn't really packed. There was maybe 8 other families seated around, not completely full, but then again, we went to the first showing on Saturday morning. So guys, if you get a chance to go see it in theaters, I highly recommend it. I don't know for how much longer it's going to be showing, but check your local listings. And you know, of course, now all of the drink tumblers and the popcorn buckets are on eBay at scalper prices, which is ridiculous. So I really wish I had a better suggestion on getting movie merch, but it's like people will fight tooth and nail for this, and just to put it on a resale platform and at scalper prices. So anyway, that being said, I love Toy Story. I just added Jessie to my collection. I can't believe I overlooked her, but I'm excited, and Toy Story 2 is my favorite. I'm looking so forward to what they're gonna do for Toy Story 5. I am hoping that my local Disney store will have this wonderful, amazing in-store event like they did in times past. I'm sure Box Lunch is gonna have a lot of stuff. Of course, DisneyStore.com and Amazon. Target will probably be littered with all of this movie merch, Walmart. So guys, it's gonna be so fun. It comes out next year, and you better start saving your lawn mowing money and your chore money now, because you know you're gonna want everything that they have. I know I am. I'm still trying to get my hands on a Prospector Pete doll, but they are $300 to $500 on eBay and everywhere else on the secondary market, and I'm like, oh my goodness, no way am I gonna spend that much money on Prospector Pete. So if you guys want to give me one, I'll be more than willing to take him off of your hands. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, so I'm gonna leave it at here, and I'm looking forward to Toy Story 5, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.